How to prevent heart disease after 40. In this video you will learn about how to prevent heart disease after 40. Signs of heart disease, the most common risk factors for heart disease, 10 foods that are good for your heart, 10 healthy meals you can make in 30 minutes. After the age of 40, your risk of developing heart disease increases significantly. But there are many things you can do to prevent heart disease and protect your heart health. How to prevent heart disease after 40. Eat a healthy diet. A healthy diet for your heart is low in saturated and trans fats, cholesterol, and sodium. It's also high in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Get regular exercise. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic activity each week. Maintain a healthy weight. Losing weight if you're overweight or obese can help lower your risk of heart disease. Don't smoke. Smoking damages your arteries and increases your risk of heart disease. Manage other risk factors. If you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes, it's important to manage these conditions carefully. Join our community and never miss out on new content. Subscribe today. Signs of heart disease. Heart disease can cause a variety of symptoms, including chest pain. It can feel like a heavy weight pressing down on your chest, or a sharp pain that radiates to your jaw, neck, or arms. It may come and go, or be constant. Shortness of breath. You may feel like you can't catch your breath, even when you're resting. This can make it difficult to do everyday activities, like walking or climbing stairs. Palpitations. You may feel like your heart is racing, skipping beats, or pounding in your chest. This can be alarming, but it's not always a sign of a serious problem. However, if it's accompanied by other symptoms, like chest pain or shortness of breath, it's important to see a doctor. Fatigue. You may feel tired all the time, even after getting enough sleep. This can be caused by a number of factors, including heart disease. Dizziness or lightheadedness. You may feel like you're going to pass out, or like the room is spinning around you. This can be caused by a number of factors, including low blood pressure, dehydration, and inner ear problems. However, it can also be a sign of heart disease. Weakness. You may feel weak and tired all the time, even after doing simple tasks. This can be caused by a number of factors, including heart failure. If you experience any of these symptoms, it's important to see a doctor right away. The most common risk factors for heart disease. Age. As you age, your arteries tend to harden and narrow, a process called atherosclerosis. This makes it more difficult for blood to flow to your heart. Atherosclerosis can also lead to blood clots forming in the arteries, which can block blood flow and cause a heart attack or stroke. Sex. Men are more likely to develop heart disease than women, especially before age 65. This is likely due to a combination of factors, including higher levels of testosterone, higher rates of smoking, and less healthy lifestyles. However, women's risk of heart disease increases after menopause. Family history. If you have a family history of heart disease, you are at increased risk. This is because some risk factors for heart disease, such as high cholesterol and high blood pressure, can be inherited. High blood pressure. High blood pressure, hypertension, is one of the leading risk factors for heart disease. It damages the arteries and makes them more likely to harden and narrow. This can lead to atherosclerosis and other heart problems, such as heart attack, stroke, and heart failure. High cholesterol. Cholesterol is a fatty substance that is found in all cells in the body. There are two main types of cholesterol: low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol, and high-density lipoprotein, HDL, cholesterol. LDL cholesterol is often called bad cholesterol because it can build up in the arteries and form plaque. Plaque can narrow the arteries and reduce blood flow to the heart, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. HDL cholesterol is often called good cholesterol because it helps to remove LDL cholesterol from the arteries. Diabetes. Diabetes is a chronic disease that affects how your body turns food into energy. It can damage your arteries and increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and other health problems. Obesity. Obesity is a major risk factor for heart disease. It is associated with other risk factors such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. Smoking. Smoking is one of the leading causes of preventable death. It damages the arteries and increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, cancer, and other health problems. Physical inactivity. Physical inactivity is a major risk factor for heart disease. It is also associated with other risk factors such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and obesity. Stress. Stress can increase your risk of heart disease by raising blood pressure and heart rate. It can also lead to unhealthy behaviors, such as smoking, overeating, and under-exercising. Poor diet. A diet that is high in saturated and trans fats, cholesterol, and sodium can increase your risk of heart disease. These substances can raise cholesterol levels, damage the arteries, and increase blood pressure. Alcohol abuse. Alcohol abuse can damage the heart and increase the risk of heart disease. It can also raise blood pressure and cholesterol levels. 10 foods that are good for your heart. 1. Oats. Oats are a good source of soluble fiber, which can help lower cholesterol levels. 2. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are low in calories and high in nutrients, including fiber, potassium, and vitamin C. All of these nutrients are important for heart health. 3. Whole grains. Whole grains are a good source of fiber, which can help lower cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of heart disease. 4. Legumes. Legumes, such as beans, lentils, and peas, are a good source of protein, fiber, and potassium. They are also low in saturated fat. 5. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are a good source of healthy fats, protein, and fiber. They are also low in saturated fat. 6. Fatty fish. Fatty fish, such as salmon, tuna, and mackerel, are a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, which can help lower cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of heart disease. 7. Lean protein. Lean protein sources, such as chicken, fish, and tofu, are low in saturated fat and calories. 8. Low-fat or fat-free dairy products. Low-fat or fat-free dairy products are a good source of calcium and vitamin D, which are important for bone health. They are also low in saturated fat. 9. Healthy oils. Healthy oils, such as olive oil, avocado oil, and canola oil, are low in saturated fat and high in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. These fats are good for heart health. 10. Water. Water is important for overall health, including heart health. Aim to drink 8 glasses of water per day. 10 healthy meals you can make in 30 minutes. 1. Smoothie made with berries, yogurt, and spinach. Berries are a good source of antioxidants and fiber. Yogurt is a good source of protein and calcium. Spinach is a good source of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. 2. Egg scramble with vegetables and whole wheat toast. Eggs are a good source of protein and choline. Vegetables add fiber, vitamins, and minerals to the dish. Whole wheat toast is a good source of fiber. 3. Peanut butter and banana sandwich on whole wheat bread. Peanut butter is a good source of protein and healthy fats. Bananas are a good source of potassium and fiber. Whole wheat bread is a good source of fiber. 4. Taco salad with lean ground beef, beans, corn, and salsa. Lean ground beef is a good source of protein. Beans are a good source of protein, fiber, and potassium. Corn and salsa add flavor and nutrients to the dish. 5. Salmon with roasted vegetables. Salmon is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and vitamin D. Roasted vegetables add fiber, vitamins, and minerals to the dish. 6. Lentil burgers on whole wheat buns with sweet potato fries. Lentil burgers are a good source of protein and fiber. Whole wheat buns add fiber to the dish. Sweet potato fries are a good source of fiber and vitamins. 7. Vegetable lasagna with whole wheat noodles. Vegetable lasagna is a good source of protein, fiber, and vitamins. Whole wheat noodles add fiber to the dish. 8. Whole wheat pasta with chickpeas, spinach, and tomato sauce. Chickpeas are a good source of protein, fiber, and iron. Spinach is a good source of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Tomato sauce is a good source of antioxidants. 9. Tofu stir-fry with brown rice and vegetables. Tofu is a good source of protein and calcium. Brown rice is a good source of fiber. Vegetables add fiber, vitamins, and minerals to the dish. 10. Black bean soup with whole wheat bread. Black beans are a good source of protein, fiber, and potassium. Whole wheat bread is a good source of fiber. Are you over 40 and living your best life? Share your inspiring story with the world and spread positivity.